Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
We are going to be talking to Ted Anderson and Anthony Yasha here in just a moment about Homeland Security visits to the network. Very serious issues there. But coming up, U.S. foreclosures double as house prices decline. Ford and GM on the verge of bankruptcy. That's Bloomberg, folks. Okay? I mean, the president's telling you the economy's great, and the two automakers are about to go under. Navy prosecutor in Gitmo case says fourth plane shot down. This is incredible. In testimony, saying the government shot the plane down. Now, we already knew that. We already had Air Force colonels and generals on. We've already covered it and told you the name of the pilot who fired two AIM-9 Sidewinders into the aircraft, Flight 93, and we're called conspiracy theorists. I mean, they had an awards ceremony giving the pilot one of the highest Air Force medals for it because a general refused to follow orders to stand down and blew that aircraft out of the air. And it was going to go into the Capitol is what we're getting from the Air Force. In fact, that was the testimony. It was, quote, going into the Capitol dome, government decapitation. Some have said Building 7. In my film, Martial Law, off of our sources, I said the Capitol. And we're being proven right in testimony. Rumsfeld slipped up 3 times and said they shot down Flight 93. A bunch of other generals have an open testimony because everybody knows it. The military did its job and did not follow orders from Dick Cheney and blew that aircraft out of the air, and so they then concocted the Todd Beamer story of let's roll, knowing a bunch of saps would buy into it. Okay? And put out their little fake phone call from 35,000 feet, which they admit doesn't work. So we're going to cover that, too. Huge news there. You better thank God the Air Force blew that aircraft out of the air and killed those people, because they would have taken out the Capitol. We would have been in total martial law. Government to require distance education spy cameras. I told you this 5 years ago. They are going to have cameras watching you in all the schools when you take tests, not just distance learning. Soy foods reduce sperm counts. BBC, I've told you this for many years. It absolutely fills you full of estrogen or estrogen-mimicking plant hormones, and it is just very bad for you. So just get that straight. You want your boys to be super feminine and your daughters to be ultra feminine, and for the imbalance in estrogen to cause them to get breast cancer, just knock yourselves out. Don't listen to me. Don't say you weren't warned. Police resources are diverted from other problems to prevent terrorism, International Herald Tribune. And then they show pictures of riot cops. The message is protesting is terrorism. ACLU obtains key memos authorizing CIA torture methods. Guantanamo testimony, U.S. let bin Laden's top bodyguard go. That's in Road to Tyranny, by the way. We told you that 6.5 years ago. It is now in the Miami Herald today. They flew 6,000 al-Qaeda commanders to safety. They're all CIA card carriers. It's unbelievable. The news I've got is all off the charts. Anthony Yasha called me, I guess, Wednesday, begging for help. Anthony Yasha is a great We Are Change fellow. A lot of the footage he shot and others shot is in Truth Rising. He talked about getting a job at Genesis. He's done freelance affiliate relations for us, calling AM and FM folks to get more affiliates or to get affiliates to pick up more of the show or pick us up on the weekends. He's done that successfully. And he's worked in the office, but as a freelancer contractor up in Minnesota. He has no criminal record, great guy. Other We Are Change people, they're some of the best We Are Change. Very polite, very eloquent. You've seen them all over the news talking to McCain. It's made national attention several times. They also went to press conferences. Jesse Ventura wouldn't talk to anybody but them because he knows who We Are Change are and his fans. They are, even when they're being grabbed on, they go with Genesis Press Passes, a network with hundreds of AM and FM affiliates, one of the largest independent networks in the world. He has an InfoWars press pass. We sent him the template and then had him laminate it. And they arrested him, saying he had fake documents a few weeks ago, and he didn't want to make a big deal about it at the time. He wanted to make sure that they dropped it and left him alone. Then Homeland Security tried to show up at the office 2 days ago. Ted was gone at a business meeting. They said they'd come back. They paranoidly called Ted yesterday and said, meet me at a restaurant. I don't want to come there. Then he said, why do you guys think 9/11 is an inside job? So they admitted it was about political harassment, said to Ted, why do you guys, why is this Anthony guy think 9/11 is an inside job? So they're there saying, why do you think it's an inside job? And saying, we know these are fake documents, that he didn't have real press passes. And Ted said, no, I told him, he has a press pass from us. We want him to go report for us. He's been talking to Governor Ventura as well. If you must know about doing a show on Genesis. So all of this is going on. All of this is happening. And the guy was getting, in Ted's words, on the phone with me last night. Ted called me at about 11:30 when I was here at work. Pissy is the word. Getting pissy with Ted at a restaurant over coffee, saying, no, it's a fake document. We want to charge him with manufacturing fake press passes. Well, they happen to have a website that gets hundreds of thousands of hits a month. If he wanted to make up a press pass, they said his We Are Change was fake. They have a website. They make the news. They have InfoWars press passes. They have Genesis press passes. They're real. And I've had Secret Service here. I'm sick of them coming to my office. We've got them up at Genesis. They are upset that we are affecting change, that we are asking real questions at press conferences, and this is an attempt to attack the First Amendment and intimidate free speech with a chilling effect. And the Secret Service is going to get sued if they don't leave us alone real fast. And I mean personally.